Tricky, tricky, tricky fox. What is it, Myth Teller? The same as last time, you will be visited by 3 ghosts. It's May. I beg your pardon. You clearly aren't able to read the calendar. You're too early. Again. Guess what? I don't care. You will be visited by 3 ghosts and you will be a better fox afterward. So here is the ghost of Brony's past.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. Ghost of Brony's past? Last time I've been summoned, I was a ghost of Brony's present, mind you.
Yeah, that's in the past.
Yep, but just because the present is now in the past doesn't make me automatically the ghost of Brony's past. I mean, I worked hard for this position. You know what? Screw you. I don't have to work in May anyway, so see you later, Schwachköpfe.
Did you just call me an idiot? So much for that. But you still have to deal with the ghost of Brony's present.
Yeah, about that. Not really feeling like it. I'd rather talk about the new episode.
Am I the only one who takes it seriously? Okay, I'm out. See you next December, Schwachkopf. Okay, if I don't have to listen to another lecture, I'm on board. What is the episode in question again?
A Heartwarming Tale, the world record-breaking episode that came out 7 months before the actual holiday it's based on.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Seriously, another Christmas episode? We already got one last season, in October, a week before the Halloween episode, and now we get one in May? This sounds like a joke. Well, at least Starlight isn't that thrilled about Housewarming Eve either.
I have a feeling this episode would have had more meaning to me if it came out during the holiday season. You know, that feeling you get when you're cozied up inside and having that fluttering Christmassy heart after all the commercialism has been kicked to the curb and the smell of gingerbread cookies are in the... Wait, what was I talking about again? I like Christmas, okay?
Well, you came to me as a holiday spirit. I think that's necessary for the job. But Starlight apparently isn't a big fan of said commercialism of the holiday. It's just another day for her. You could say she values every day equally.
Well, if that's the case, it's nice to see that the writers still kept some of her personality instead of making her a Sunset Shimmer 2.0. At the beginning of Season 6, she was in a state of being toned down, but seeing her act as she does in later episodes shows that she's not completely restrained. And this episode, she gets to be the old Starlight through the character Snowfall, and her current character has that cynicism that I enjoy.
This cynicism is nicely countered by Twilight's holiday spirit. The mere fact that her first idea is to read her favorite holiday story to Starlight is somewhat adorable, especially with her fanboying about Star Swirl or using her Pinkie Pie voice. Spike's deadpan commentary was also pretty funny, however there isn't much to say about them. This episode is all about another Christmas Carol knockoff with a little bit of Grinch mixed in.
Yeah, pretty much, but I sort of enjoyed that. I thought it brought something new to the table rather than a bah humbug romance complex. And I was surprised they didn't try to throw in Sunburst into the story to give the shippers more reason to ship the two. But oh well. And despite the lack of memorability, I really like the songs in this episode. The Pinky one was the best one.
Oh yes, it's another music episode, and a pretty good one. The fact that it isn't such a game changer like Magical Mystery Cure and Crusaders of the Lost Mark should also shield this one a bit from criticism. I personally liked every song in this episode, especially the fact that we got an excuse for another villain song from Starlight is simply awesome, and we got our first solo Luna song with a rather dark atmosphere to boot. That was a nice little surprise I highly appreciate.
I don't have anything else to say that's good, so I'll just say that Starlight looks adorable in that sailor outfit. Oh yeah, and Alan Rickman came back just to play Snape Pony.
Yeah, good that you bring that up. Professor Flintheart, I just call him Snape, is the reason that Snowfall doesn't think highly of Hearthwarming Eve. But I guess it's time that we compare this episode to its source material.
The original source material, A Christmas Carol, written by Charles Dickens, is a story that had been run to the media thousands of times, to where the story itself has become a growing fest of cliches whenever you hear the adaptation being retold over and over and over again. I find the Grinch twist to be rather refreshing. The narrative of how the story was adapted could have been handled better, but I'd be welcome to the twisted portrayal of Ebenezer Scrooge being evil. Or rather, Snowfall Frost. You get what I mean.
It's a nice twist that helps to make the story a little bit more unique, but it does come with its fair share of problems. The original Christmas Carol was about a greedy and egocentric old man and how his unfriendly attitude affected his life and those around him. While the story takes place during Christmas, the story is not about the importance of this holiday in particular, but about Ebenezer Scrooge learning to become a better person. The moral of this episode, however, comes more across like, if you don't celebrate the holidays, the whole world is doomed. And while Scrooge was a greedy and egocentric jerk, I cannot say the same about Snowfall. She doesn't like that ponies waste their time with that holiday. Instead, she thinks that everyone should use their time to benefit Equestria. It's a strict and grumpy outlook, but you can't really call it bad. Of course, the idea to steal the holiday for this petty reason is, which is pretty ridiculous, affects a highlight in this episode, but as it is meant as an old ponytail, I can roll with it. However, the problem is that Snowfall doesn't change her way because it becomes apparent that she has to be a better person, but because the holiday is the only thing that shields Equestria from certain destruction. For some reason. I thought the Wendigos cannot harm Equestria as long as there is love and friendship. The existence of a single holiday shouldn't make much of a difference. And why should this story affect Starlight in any way? There's no real lesson to be learned from it.
Another thing to talk about is the ghosts of this tale versus the ghosts in the original story. In the original story, we had 3 ghosts as well as the ghost of Ebenezer Scrooge's old partner of the loaning business he runs. The ponies who played the depictions of the ghosts in this episode seemed very fitting, although I did not see Luna coming. And despite my disliking towards Luna, with that little part of me thinking she was added in for her fan service, my jaw did drop.
Oh yes, I totally expected Twilight to show up as the ghost of Hearthwarming yet to come. She's the only main cast member who doesn't appear in the story after all. But Luna was a perfect fit, thanks to her dark appearance and her ominous voice. Not to mention that she basically plays the same part in From Whom the Sweetie Belle Talks. Applejack is also a pretty good cast for the ghost of the past. You only have to rewatch Heartbreakers to see why. She is a tradition horse after all, and therefore perfect to represent the past.
For Pinkie Pie, she plays the ghost of Christmas Present, and for me, she's the best ghost because of many reasons. The puns, her portrayal of the spirit, her song, the little Twilight bit because the song is so catchy. Oh my gosh, Pinkie is amazing here. Fangirling aside from 4th Best Pony, it definitely fits her personality to be this jolly spirit who was able to find more meaning and gifts past the materialism, even if the views are a little skewered. It was a joy to see Pinkie on screen, although after the little scene that would reflect on the retelling of the scene with the Christmas party, the transition from the present spirit to the future spirit was unsettling, to say the least.
I guess it's about it, so let's wrap things up.
I liked the songs. I thought the story was a welcoming refresher with little fun bits of meta humor and whatnot. It was an episode that strangely reminded me of why I fell in love with the show in the first place. I don't really have anything else other than nitpicks that don't outweigh the good in the episode. I just really enjoyed the episode. If anything, the real problem is the timing of this episode. Seriously, Hasbro? In May?
I think it was a pretty entertaining music episode. I personally like the Starlight and Luna song the most. It was a pretty by the book Christmas Carol adaptation, but I really enjoyed to see Evil Starlight again. The only problem I really have with it is that it's less character driven than most Christmas carols, as it's more about the importance of the holiday and not about the character learning a lesson. But what about you? Did you like this episode? Anything that bothered you? What is your favorite song from this episode? Let us know in the comments. I am Tricky Fox.
And I'm Sapphire Heartsong, the ghost of Brony's present.
Stay foxy. Bye. By the way, Sapphire, it was nice to have you around for this. Usually those ghosts are more annoying.
Alright, about that.
I'm the ghost of Brony's future.
FNGR, since when are you interested in spreading the holiday spirit?
Are you kidding? I get to crush people by telling them that they will die alone. It's the best job I've ever had.
Sly as a fox, you got me under your spell. But you know I'll never tell that I know you know so well. Sometimes you can be too smart for your own good, and you just